Hello YouTube, Jay here, and welcome back to the Glove Room. If you follow me on Instagram at PickleTheBeast417, you know that I love supporting small businesses. And one of the best parts about supporting these guys is getting to know their philosophy, like down to a man and woman. It's so much fun to be able to have conversations with men like Dave Phillips from Pelican Bat Wax in San Francisco, California. Come back and have that same conversation with Juan Barrett of Barrett Bats, who makes beautiful flame treated ash and maple and birch, and now beach bats out of Woodbridge, Virginia. Or give JD Wilcox a call from Core Performance, who's revolutionizing the performance apparel industry with wearable hydration. This sleeve that I'm wearing right now, it's awesome. Let's go to the middle of the country. Ben Jenkins from Warstick. I mean, these guys are making hand split maple. It's absolutely some of the best bats you're going to find across the country. Um, Being able to talk to those guys about the things that they like and dislike, and I'm really looking forward to continuing the conversation with you guys going forward. And that's really the beauty for me of social media. It's not buying and selling baseball gloves or anything like that. It does help, right? It's also fun, but getting to know you guys has really been a true joy over the last year and a half. And one of the great men that I've really enjoyed getting to know is Paul Cunningham out of Glen Rock, New Jersey, and he's making these Leatherhead gloves. I mean, these things are heirloom quality leather products, and he's a guy that followed a dream too. Growing up in Cooperstown, New York, in the shadow of the Baseball Hall of Fame, he had a number of jobs around Major League Baseball and supporting another small glove importer, and he broke away and he followed a dream, and it's so romantic, but it's also so brave for him to do that. And he started off making these lemon balls. And lemon balls are pretty cool because they're made of Horween's Best Leather Chrome Excel. It's a two-stage process using chrome tanning and vegetable tanning. And that vegetable tanning process really creates this rich, luxurious patina, and it smells great. And this one is a dark brown leather with turquoise stitching. And it's dark brown because it represents an actual lemon ball. And this particular one, based on its size and weight, was used in the 1840s and 1850s. And it's nice that it's light, because in those days, the rules of baseball said that you could soak a guy, which means I could just pitch this thing and hit you with it and you're out. So kickball rules, but with a baseball. So I like Paul a lot. I've been following a lot of his threads on GloveWorks forums for a number of years, and I finally worked up the courage when they started coming out with baseball gloves and asked him about his methods and some of his sourcing, and a lot of that stuff is proprietary, but these are the gloves that he's making. These are absolutely beautiful Japanese tan leather baseball gloves, and I'll give you a close-up in a second when I actually do the review, but I'm so happy to have gotten to know Mr. Cunningham, and he's making a great product right here in the United States. So yeah, let's get on to the review. I'm going to be talking about this 11-inch TYB 1100 Pro in a one-piece web, and also my outfielder's glove, this TLH 1275 Pro in an H web. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? So the first thing that I'll say about these gloves is that Paul has an unwavering commitment to high quality craftsmanship when he's putting these things together. And you can see it right away when you put it on your hand. And these things are incredibly stiff, and these things have taken months to break in. And that's really one of the differentiating capabilities when you're talking about some of the big names out there in glove manufacturing, is those guys have had to adapt to the changing conditions that the modern baseball player wants. A softer glove, more flexibility, and Paul hasn't had to do that. So he hasn't had to make any changes to the old style of how gloves were made. So when people ask me, will I like it? Well, do you like older gloves from the 80s and 90s? Because if the answer is yes, then I think that you're going to love Leatherhead gloves. But if you're looking for, something that's a lot more soft and flexible, and you need something that's game ready in a couple of days as opposed to months, these gloves probably aren't for you. But let's get to some of the qualities. And I had mentioned before, this is Japanese tan leather, and it's great. There's no knock on this leather quality at all. This stuff is very high quality, incredibly durable, and I love the way that it feels in my hand. This, again, is the 11-inch TYB 1100 Pro, and it's modeled after that Craig Biggio pattern. And let me show you one of these here and how they kind of compare. You can see that squared-off bottom. This is an SC07. Wrong, it's hard to hide. You see that squared off bottom like the old Pro CBs that Biggio had, and that's what this one was modeled after. Talk about the welting for a second. This is made of Clarino. That's an indestructible microfiber that is manufactured in Japan and also in the United States. You'll see that also on work gloves or anything that requires a seam and a lot of movement, and it's got a lot of flexibility. It's also stronger than leather. Lace quality is, incredibly high. This is Tennessee tanning lace. This, Tanner's lace. We talk about that being the best stuff around, and they certainly are. And again, Leatherhead doesn't cut any corners when it comes to craftsmanship and some of the high quality components that they use. I'd like to take a look at the outfielder's glove that I have, and you can hear that this is the incredibly stiff thumb and pinky stall that I'm talking about, and that's another component based on market research that Leatherhead incorporates into their gloves is a very stiff thumb and a very stiff pinky, and this will definitely form over time. That one is just the way that I like it, and I have a little bit of a flare on the thumb of the Leatherhead, but really nothing too extreme. If you want to do a comparison of the pattern here, the outfielder's glove reminds me a lot of a Pro 303 Rawlings Heart of the Hide. You can see the way that the bottom is. It's not totally squared off like the 1100 Pro is. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand. And then the flex on it is the same as always. It's thumb to right there in the middle of the ring finger and going towards the pinky. But it doesn't have that squared off bottom like, say, take a look at this one, a 1799 that has that big U-shaped pocket. So in terms of like what it feels like by comparison to the other models, I would say it's more like a Pro 303 than it is for a 1799 in a 12 3/4 inch outfielder's glove. One of the things that I like best about these gloves is not only the leather quality, the welting, the lace quality, but they're also very light. So you might not think that a glove that's this light would be able to provide the level of durability, and quality, but they are. And I love the detail that they have. They have a great patch on here, and you'll see the details on their webs as well. And I love everything that Paul's doing. I'm really proud of him and his company. And these gloves have been in the hands of a number of pros, and I think you're going to see these gloves in the major leagues sooner rather than later. They're great colors. They come in black tan and this beautiful orange tan. So look out for those when you take a look at some pictures in the major leagues and other guys. They're doing great stuff, and I think that they're on the road to being very successful for a very long time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll close it off in person because it's the best way to do it. So hey, thanks for watching my review on these beautiful Leatherhead gloves. You can get your very own glove or lemon ball at www.leatherheadsports.com, and you can follow Paul Cunningham at Leatherhead Sports and Jeff Bradley, the Director of Baseball Operations for Leatherhead, at Leatherhead Gloves. Don't forget to give me a follow on Instagram at PickleTheBeast417, and as always, stay grassy.